Welcome in, Pirate fans. Thank you for being here with us today on the game 2 of the third game series. Am I saying that right? Am I halfway there? Chris?
You football guy.
I am a football guy.
This is the second game of a doubleheader.
Thank you.
Of a 3-game series
There
in
we
which
go.
Pike
See?
County has taken the first 2 games from Rutland. They took the first game 6-4 in Rutland here just earlier. Those that were on another link, I hope that you found this link that you could get in on this game. They've took the first game 11-1, Pike run ruled Rutland in 5 innings. They're now already getting into ready for some action as Brody Adams is going to take the mound. The Pirates are going to get around the diamond like this from left field to right field. M.T. Moody will be in left. Lyric Scott will be out in center. Jarrett Morrison third, or in right field. On the infield, Walker Stiltner, who was playing shortstop in game 1, is going to move over to third base. Kobe Ivester is going to come in and play shortstop. Daniel Jones, who was playing third in game 1 of this doubleheader, is now going to be back in his normal position at second base. Max Harris is going to stay at first. Gabe Bowden is going to stay behind the plate. And again, Brody Adams is going to get on the mound, and he's going to pitch in this game 3 in the second game of the doubleheader against the Rutland Hurricanes. Brody is going to look at Tate Summerday, who will also be pitching for the Hurricanes. Khalil Washington will be at shortstop. Hunter Floyd at first. Grayson Newberry is behind the plate and catching. 5, 6, and 7 is going to be Gunnar Hopkins, Colton Bird, and Kyle Howard. 8 and 9 will be Vance Hinton. And the 9-hole hitter will be designating hitting for Justin Williams out in left field. That'll be Carter Willis. So we're going to start things off now. The temperature has dropped just a smidgen. I don't know the exact temperature, but it still feels great. Shade has gotten
75.
75 degrees, probably feels like 78. That's what I'm going to go with. Shade has now worked its way out to second base over the top of the batting cage. This is Brody Adams. Fires strike number 1 over the outside corner of the plate to Tate Summerday. Brody Adams last time up made a prep baseball. As he fires strike number 2, he made prep baseball on Twitter as he faced Morgan County, trying to tame that Morgan County team. He went over 6 innings and really commanded and used his defense. And he is going to fire a third fastball in, and this is going to be fouled off into the parking lot over behind the third base dugout. So the sophomore Brody comes out and 3 quick pitches, three quick strikes, 2 strikes and a foul, and he's going to throw a changeup off the outside of the plate, and man, it just missed as he commanded a chaser that the left-handed Summerday did not go after. This ball is going to be hit out to center field. Lyric Scott's going to shade over in front of the Pirate sign in left center and bring it in. No harm, no foul. 4 pitches and an out for Brody Adams. Well, Penn, we just ran right into this second game. I mean, I kind of like how they did it, honestly.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Get it going. Khalil Washington's now going to come to the plate. Khalil, the shortstop for this Hurricanes team. He's going to take a ball inside by Brody Adams. That's going to be the arms.
He had to move fast out of the way for that one.
He is. Brody looks like he's throwing about mid-80s. I mean, he looks like he's got a little bit of velocity on that fastball, and he throws a slider, and that ball is going to go right back up the middle. Daniel Jones is going to come over from second base and make a backhanded throw over to first. Really good attempt by Daniel right at the bag as he throws the ball back across to Max. However, Khalil Washington was able to run the ball out at first, so give him a single here in the top of the first inning and have him standing over at first base.
He just ran all the way halfway to the outfield. He just kept running.
He ran up. Yeah,
Blue was just watching. He's like, "Where you going?"
He knew he was giving everything he had to run that out, and as he did, so now you got the speedy Washington 2-hole hitter at second with 1 out, and Hunter Floyd, the left-hand hitter, coming to the plate. He's going to foul this ball off to M.T. Moody in left field. M.T. Moody dove.
He dove. He tried to. He's staggering right now, laying on the ground.
M.T. Moody dove into left field.
He hit his
and then
head.
the foul line. And as he dove, I do believe the ball came off of his head. I can't really.
He's rubbing his head right now.
As I came,
He putting his head.
as I'm looking out, I'm looking over the top of the Rutland players on the third base side. Michael's got the best shot here.
He just keeps rubbing his face. Like I said, he dove for it, head straight in the ground, and slid about 15, 16 feet.
Yeah,
he was running fast.
He came hard. He gave it everything he had. That's actually the report that you'd have on Michael or MT Moody. MT is an energizer bunny, man. He will do everything for this team. Senior leader, and you can't take him out.
I say he wouldn't come out
He
even
would,
if he was feeling
look,
it.
if they would, if I'm telling you, MT Moody, if they put him on a stretcher, he would tell them to push him back out in left field.
Yep. And he would.
Well, he got
coaches.
he got the attention of both Coach Parrott and Coach Pierce.
Oh, they're
And
racing.
they're going to
They're
race
racing
back.
to see who beats it.
Coach Pierce is coming in. He's going over. Going to pass the pitcher's mound. Pierce is going to cross the first base line, and he just beats Coach Parrott. Well, there you go. We just had a little, where they have the Braves, they have the hammer and the bucket and all those things. Well, who's the hammer and who's the bucket? Pierce definitely won that. I would have given it to Pierce, too.
Yeah, Pierce had that by a long shot. I think he even slowed up to make him, Coach Parrott feel a little better.
So here we go. No balls, one strike now to the lefty, three-hole hitter Hunter Floyd, the runner at first base. And this ball is absolutely shot out in the right center. And it's going to find its way to the wall as Jarrett Morris is still getting out, too. The runner on first is going to get around third. He's going to come and touch home. And a triple by Hunter Floyd is going to knock in Khalil Washington. So very quickly now, Rutland has matched the amount of runs they put up in game number one with one run. So 3 batters in here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, the outfielder was way in, and he had to sprint to even get halfway to that ball.
Jarrett Moore, it was just smoked over. There was nothing Jarrett Morris could do but turn around and go after it. It was a very well-struck ball. Brody does what he's been doing, though. He's been throwing strikes. They get contact. He just trusts defense. He's going to throw a fastball. It's going to be just low and away.
Wow.
That's very close.
That was on that line. If we had the ABS challenge, I would love to see it.
So Grayson Newberry, the catcher, is at the plate now, and he has now looked at 2 pitches that were very close to strikes but just missing. Brody Adams is going to be a pitcher that's going to be like he is just going to miss. There's not going to be big misses typically from him. He's going to command all around the plate as this ball is going to be hit straight to Kobe Ivester at shortstop, who is playing on the infield. Kobe Ivester then fires the ball across the diamond to first base. Max Harris digs it. Man, it was a very bang play over there. Might have got him by half a step, but on that infield single, Hunter Floyd's going to score while Newberry stands over at first. So quickly now, Rutland has come out 2-0 in the top of the first after beat 11-1 by the Pirates in game 1. Gunnar Hopkins, the 5-hole hitter, is going to come to the plate, right-hand hitter. He's going to foul the ball straight back into the net towards the first base bleachers. Shade has just about covered just about all of the foul territory on the right-hand side. Nice and bright across the field except for first baseman and maybe just to the right at left of second baseman. Back towards first base. Brody comes set. He pitches. This ball is absolutely hammered out to center field, but right to a speedy Lyric Scott as he catches the ball in right center about 30 steps in front of the baseball sign here at the Jack. So 2 runs now and 2 outs. Hopkins put that down as a F8. Going to hold Newberry at first with Colton Beard, the 6-hole hitter, second baseman for the Rutland Hurricanes. Coming to bat, he's going to have
15.
So 15 is now going to come in courtesy run for the catcher, Newberry, standing at first. 15 is Goodrum. Goodrum comes in. Goodrum has, man, he's got some long red hair.
I like his hair.
Yeah.
It's very long.
He gives me the Miami vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, these Hurricane teams got the Hurricane colors, all right? They got he gives me that Miami vibe with those dreads coming down. Is the first pitch to Beard, the right-hand hitter, fouls over the first base bleachers of the home side here at the Jack. Brody looks over to first, comes set, makes a pitch, and this ball is hammered to Kobe Ivester over at second. He's going to field it off with 2 hops. Flip it over to Daniel Jones for 1 out. For the 3rd out, guys, top of the first, Rutland puts up 2, leaves 2 on, moving to the bottom of the first. Pike County Pirates.
Listen up, Braves fans. Braves Vision is your new TV home of the Atlanta Braves, and catching every pitch is easier than ever. Watch Braves Vision through your current cable or satellite provider, or stream games on Braves Vision with the Braves.TV subscription. That means streaming from anywhere on any device with no local blackouts. Check out all your options at Braves.com/watch. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
I'd like to thank our next sponsor, Ruth's Restaurant. Chris, every time I come here, I'm telling you, I have to go to that place. I get sad when I come here on Mondays because I know they're closed. So that's the only thing I'm not looking forward to for next week's game for Monday is that they're going to be closed. So I won't be able to swing by there. But
we finally got Chad to come over and call a game with us because of his other duties he has as an announcer, and he trying to invite me over to Roost on Monday, and they're not open on Mondays.
And see, you living here, you knew that.
I knew
It's like going to Chick-fil-A on Sundays.
Well,
like you want it on Sunday, you can't have it. So for me, it's gonna be Monday. I want roofs. Maybe Ryan will cook us something. Just bring it over here for me. Probably not, but
nah,
who knows?
I don't know. I don't know if he'll do that or not. But he would. Ryan is the kind of guy to do just about anything he can for you. I had again the sweet chili wings today from Roost, and they were absolutely delicious. You got the
tenders, the green beans, and the fried okra, which I love their fried okra.
Yeah, man, everything that comes out of that kitchen is fantastic.
I've never had anything bad come out.
The breakfast over there, the omelet, I'm just about hooked to it as well. But here we go, moving into the bottom of the first inning. You're going to have M.T. Moody. 1, 2, and 3 is going to be M.T. Moody, Sawyer, Selman, and Walker Stiltner. 4, 5, and 6 will be Max Harris, Jarrett Morris, and Daniel Jones. Then it'll be 7, 8, 9, Gay, Bowden, Lyric Scott, and Kobe Ivester. The Hurricanes are going to work around the field like this, left field to right. Justin Williams will be in left field, Kyle Howard in center field, and Vance Hinton in right field. Third base will be Gunnar Hopkins, shortstop Khalil Washington, second base Colton Beard, and first base Hunter Floyd. Grayson Newberry will be behind the plate and catching Tate Summerday for the Hurricanes. So we've got Bobby Harrison behind the plate. The umpires swapped sides. They swapped shirts. They went from light blue to dark blue. Pirates have kept everything the same. They have really bright red shirts on. As M.T. Moody on the first pitch of the game is going to send the ball, a scorcher, out to left field for a base hit. So 1 pitch and a single for M.T. Moody, with Sawyer Selman coming to the plate, who's designating hitting for the pitcher, Brody Adams. MT's got a couple steps just out into a little bit of right in front of the shade into the sunlight. This is going to be an off-speed pitch that comes just over the outside of the plate for a strike to Sawyer Selman. Sawyer he went 2 for 4 in his last game with 2 singles and an RBI. M.T. Moody takes off. Ball's thrown straight to second base. Great throw by the catcher, Grayson Newberry, as he fires a strike, getting M.T. Moody as he's sliding in the bag. Had that ball been anywhere else, M.T. Moody is going to be sliding in safe. But as that ball curved back over to the second base bag, Sawyer had shown bunt, should have put the bunt down as he's going to hit the ball over to second base. Second base was going to backhand it, roll over on his back. So you've got Sawyer now standing at first.
Now batting the third baseman, number 17, Walker Stiltner.
On a single. And 3-hole hitter Walker Stiltner is going to come to the plate. So 2 hard-hit balls already now by the Pirates here in the bottom of the second, trailing 2-0 to this Rutland Hurricane team, who they've already taken the first 2 games of the series from. That ball was just in the bottom of the zone for strike number 1. Pirates took game 1 over in Rutland, 6-4 in a really close game, back and forth. Finally beat up by Cooper Brown and Daniel Jones to win that thing. First game of the day, this ball comes in. It's going to be a little low fastball to Walker Stiltner, 1 ball, 1 strike. First game of the day, it started at 4:30 this afternoon here at the Jack. Pirates really just consistently barreled the ball, had really good pitching by Jordan Camp, and was able to run rule this Rutland team 11-1 in 5 innings. Sawyer Selman takes off. Ball is a changeup. Catcher could not come up with it, so give Sawyer Selman a stolen base.
I think he tried to flip it from his glove to his hand, and he just missed it. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, as that ball was coming in kind of off speed, he backhanded the ball as it was going low.
Okay.
And as he was pulling the ball up to try for the exchange, it got away from him.
Yep.
So we got the shortstop hanging over the shoulder of Sawyer at second base as this ball curves off the outside of the plate to the left-hand batter's box. It's now 3 balls, 1 strike to Walker Stiltner. Khalil Washington is really hugging tight with Sawyer. Second baseman's playing deep. Walker Stiltner's going to hit a straightaway fly ball out to center field. Floyd's going to come in and bring in that can of corn for the second out of the inning for the Pirates.
Can of corn.
Max Harris is now going to come to the plate. Max, our 4-hole hitter, first baseman. Max walked a couple times last game and struck out, scored a couple runs. 2 away now, bottom of the first. Pitch is inside. Max is going to turn in on it and foul it back to the third base dugout. His coach for the Hurricanes comes out, picks it up off the ground, and tosses it back to one of his players. Summerday looks like he's ready to throw another pitch. Long-haired righty for the Canes. Ball comes in, and it's also an inside pitch, and this ball is hit 1 hop, 2 hops, 3 hops. The fence out in left field, just about 7 feet or so left of the foul pole, the Chicken Run foul pole here at the Jack. .328 to both the poles, 365 to center field. Dead straightaway center is a black batter's eye with the flag laying very still over the top of it. This ball is hit to second baseman. Second baseman is not going to be able to get a handle on it. His beard, ball pops up into his palm just as it gets to him. He tries to reach it off of his palm, but it comes out of his right hand and hits back to the dirt. You're going to have to give an error to Beard, the second baseman. Max Harris is going to reach on an E4, and it's going to move Sawyer Selman over to third with Jarrett Morris, our 5-hole hitter, coming to the plate. Jarrett, a righty, strong kid. He is our staple right fielder for the baseball team. Really fun kid to talk to. Loves to hunt. He's going to see a ball on the inside. The ball's going to be thrown down to second.
That was actually a strike.
It was it was a strike. So it was a fastball strike that came in on a first and third play. Max Harris took off to second base. Second baseman came in and cut it off in between the mound and second base to try to catch the third baseman running down. Sawyer didn't bite, so we got runners at second and third now. With a 1-ball, 1-strike count to Jarrett Morris. From the stretch, Summerday looks over to third, delivers. This ball is bouncing. It went straight up in the air. That ball probably went 15 feet up in the air after it was attempted to be blocked by the catcher.
It looked like it froze up in the air.
It just froze in the air. The catcher had no idea where it was. The ball comes down about 8 feet to his right. By the time the ball touched the ground, Selman was already crossing the plate to score the Pirates' first run here in the bottom of the first inning. It's going to move Max Harris over to third on the wild pitch. So 2 balls, 1 strike, Jarrett Morris. Max Harris at third. Man, Jarrett takes a manly cut straight through the baseball as he fouls it back into the net. Was all over that pitch, but just under it. Caught the bat. Man, if he could have just swung maybe half an inch higher, that ball is scorched somewhere. Ball's way outside. There's a throw play to third base, and that throw by the catcher down to third base is going to find itself in left field. Make that an E2 on the catcher for the throw to third, bringing home Max Harris. So now after 4 batters in, with the 5th batter standing at the plate, the Pirates have tied this thing up in the first inning 2-2. Both teams have 2 hits. Rutland's got a couple errors. Oh, it's Jarrett Morrison. Man, you could hear me.
That was a dump.
That ball was a fastball arm side that came and probably caught right. It might have got a rib.
I'd say it looked like ribs to me.
Rib, like around the right behind the left tricep as he was turning his back, and might have caught him in the ribs right there in the shoulder blade rib area. And he is still walking gingerly down to first base. He's talking to Coach Chapman, first base, and he's just now touching the bag. But it looks like Jarrett Morris is going to be okay. He is a really tough kid. So put him on first while hit by a pitch, and it's going to bring up to the plate Daniel Jones. Jarrett with a short lead at first. Daniel Jones is going to hit the ball over to short. Short's going to make an error that's going to go through him out into the grass. Center fielder's going to come up to get the ball that came off the shortstop's glove. Shortstop Khalil Washington is coming in as clearly not the starting shortstop. Tate Summerday was a shortstop in game 1 for this Rutland team, and Summerday looked really good at shortstop when he played out there. Khalil just had some bad leather. The ball got by him.
It bounced like 4 times before it got to him, and just that bad hop.
So Daniel Jones is going to be on first by way of an E6, and it's going to put Jarrett Morris at third.
He's using his glove, the shortstop, to block the sun. No shades on him.
Well, that is a tough. For those that play here, then there goes a runner to second base, and he just balked.
It's a balk.
So runner goes to second base, and the pitcher, as the runner takes off, just faints home like he's going to pitch, but forgot to deliver the baseball. So the runner's going to stand at second, as Jarrett Morris is going to come home. So Daniel Jones is going to be standing at second. Jarrett Morris scores. It's 3-2 now, Pike County Pirates. This ball is going to hit the top of the glove of the catcher Newberry and find its way just shy of the backstop. So now Daniel Jones is standing at third base here in the bottom of the first inning.
But the Blues happy he kind of deflected that because it was going right towards his face.
Gabe Bowden at the plate. So that's his second ball. 2-0 now to Gabe, our Pike County Pirates catcher.
The ump out there going to talk to him.
So umpire's coming up, having a conversation with the pitcher. He's showing him how to stand on the rubber. Maybe he was wanting to make contact. The pitcher's throwing from the windup. And so he kind of looks at you, then turns around to the right, says his back foot. It's Gabe Bowden, says it's towering foul ball out to the left field side of things. But the pitcher Summerday looks at you and then turns his body and his wind up, plants his right foot at the rubber, and then makes his delivery. And I believe that Blue was saying that he might not have been making contact with the rubber when he turned his body, and he's going to throw a nice changeup to Gabe Bowden. Gabe's going to catch Gabe on his front foot. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Pirates up 3-2. Ball is hit straight up in the air. Pitcher's coming over. He's standing right next to the mound. The shortstop athletic pitcher is going to make the third out of the inning. So Pirates are going to leave one on. They're going to get 3 runs on 2 hits. Moving to the top of the second. Pirates up 3-2.
Dedication, compassion, and integrity. We've got the experience and expertise. When you need some help and you feel like there's nowhere to go, you can count on us for everything you need to know. The Sellers Law Firm, where clients become family.
Express Sanitation Services offers a number of residential trash pickup services for those living in Pike and Spalding counties, including curbside and backdoor pickups. Quarterly rates start at just $86. Have a lot of trash that you need hauled away? Express Sanitation also offers dump trailer rentals by the day, starting at just $150. For more information on all their services or to pay your bill, visit expresssanitations.com.
Well done,
That
Michael
was
Penn.
horrible because I had Chris in my face with a camera.
I had Walker Stiltner's mom's over here behind the plate with us, and she has a beautiful camera, and she takes some wonderful pictures for this Pirates team. And I was wanting her to get a picture of us over here and pose and whatever, and I'm messing with Michael, and he's coming out of commercial break, and then he never looks over at Jennifer, so I break my phone out and try to put some selfies on him as he's reading the ad, and
I'm already nervous now.
and he stuck to it. Very well done, Penn. So Brody Adams is going to come back to the plate, or come back to the mound. First inning, the Rutland was able to put up a couple hits and score a couple runs. They brought 6 hitters to the plate, so Brody Adams is going to face the 7th, 8th, and 9th hole hitters for the Rutland Hurricanes here in the top of the 2nd inning.
And that was a nice hole they dug out of there, right there, Chris.
The 3-2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Good.
lead
Absolutely.
it back a one, and I like it.
So Kyle Howard, the center fielder, guy probably about 6'6", that's what I'm going to call him,
I like it.
is going to come to the plate. The Pirates are going to have M.T. Moody out in left, Lyric in center, and Jaron right. Jones, Stiltner, Garner, Max around the diamond from third to first. Bowden receives the first strike from Brody Adams, and the first pitch of the the top of the 2nd inning. Kyle, right-hand hitter, is going to swing right over that curveball too. So the scouting report on Kyle is it seems to be, throw him something off speed and moving. Jordan Camp gave him a lot of off speed. That's another off speed pitch. This ball is going to be sky way high to M.T. Moody out in left field, who is looking dead into the sunshine and appears to be perfectly okay after that extraordinary dive and attempt that he made on a foul ball in the top of the 1st inning. So he's okay.
I like his sunglasses out there. Good glare off that sun, a little orange tint.
There is
solid.
There is a glare off. I tell you, the glare off the sponsorship signs out in
Blinding.
left field is blinding. As ball number 1 comes in to number 2, Vance Hinton. So quickly, 1 out now in the top of the 2nd. 2 balls, no strikes now as the ball comes in low. Vance Hinton, 8-hole hitter, right fielder. Vance went hitless in the first game of the doubleheader. This ball's going to be up and in. So 3 balls, no strikes now to Vance Hinton. I don't think Camp had 1 walk in game 1 of the doubleheader. See if Brody could keep that going, as he's going to throw the ball inside. And there you go. That'll be the first walk of the day by the Pirates in both games.
Now we have a chirpy fan over at Rutland side. I like it.
We have a what?
Little chirpy fan over there on Rutland side. I like it.
Yeah.
I like little chirpiness.
So now we've got Carter Willis designated hitting for Justin Williams, the 9-hole hitter. This big old righty for the Rutland Hurricanes. He did not play in game 1, so this will be the first time we get to see him, and he watches a fastball come low and away across the plate to number 28.
He's got some height to him, too.
He does. Big kid.
Looks like Babe Ruth to me.
Vance Hinton is over at first, has a decent lead. This ball is swatted over to first base. It gets right under the glove of Max Harris as Jarrett Morris comes flying in, picks the ball up, and fires it back to Kobe Ivester at second base. But Hinton is able to get back in second in time as he was rounding second to go to third to be safe. You're going to have to give an infield single as the ball was just out of the reach of Max Harris to Justin Williams. So now runners at first and second with one out here in the top of the second inning.
Did you have to giggle after the Babe Ruth? That's what I want to know. I heard it.
Tate Summerday, the pitcher, leadoff hitters up to the plate now, the lefty. You know, Babe Ruth, speaking of him, a JV player on Pirates baseball team, found himself at the Yankees game yesterday as Summerday swings over a fastball, and it's kind of a good bang. It's a two birds, one stone here because you call Babe Ruth.
There we go.
His mom works for Delta, Tammy Bassett, the person that you're going to need to be getting in touch with for that Touchdown Club fundraiser at Raintree Golf Course on April the 25th. But they flew up to New York, went to the Yankees game, and came back last night. One-day trip as the ball is just off the plate but called a strike by Harrison. Before the game, Bobby Harrison came up to me and said, "Are y'all filming me today?" And I said, "No, we're not filming." He said, "Well, then you're not going to have any evidence of my bad calls." We already know. We don't need it. He's not going to have any evidence of any good calls he might have made. The ball's fouled straight back to the net. Bobby Harrison, city councilman in Williamson. Good man. Comes from a family of public servants. Blew out and right in front of shortstop's got his hand over the top of his eyes.
With his sunglasses on.
With his sunglasses on, trying to block the sun creeping down over the top of the first base bleachers and shining itself over into the left field side as this ball is going to go to second baseman Daniel Jones to Kobe Ivester. Kobe Ivester comes off the bag. So give a fielder's choice 4-6 put out by Tate Summerday.
Shortstop number 7, Khalil Washington.
That's going to be the second out of the inning. It's going to move. It's going to put Summerday at first. Carter Willis was called out at second. And Vance Hinton is going to be at third. So first and third now, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Pike up 3-2. Runners on first and third for the Rutland Hurricanes. They scored 2 runs in the top of the first. Came out firing after getting beat by Pike in game 1, 11-1. Brody looks over to first, comes set. Man, the Hurricanes sound like a chirpy team over in that third base dugout this game. As a fastball comes over the inside of the plate for strike number 1 to Khalil Washington. Khalil hit a single, his first at-bat in the first inning. Walker Stiltner has his hand up in the air over his face at third base. As the runner was taken off to second, Khalil Washington fouls the ball back to the block wall on the right, on the home side of foul territory between us and the first base dugout. Yeah, Walker's got his hand up in his face, shielding the sun. Kobe doesn't appear to be too bothered by it. The signs out in left field are just blindingly bright, reflecting sun back in. Runner takes off to second base. Gabe Bowden's not even going to think about it. This Summerday's going to stand up at second. So Khalil Washington facing a 1-2 count with 2 outs, has runners at second and third. Hinton at third, Summerday at second, Washington at the plate, Brody Adams on the mound. The pitch as that ball hits the glove of Gabe Bowden, a fastball. It hits the ground. Gabe Bowden picks it back up. So Rutland and tags him out for the strikeout. So Rutland's going to leave 2 on. They're going to score none. Moving to the bottom of the second, Pike up 3-2.
Roofing, gutters, concrete, fencing, siding, and painting. That's just a sample of the services offered by Advanced Roofing and Interiors. Advanced Roofing and Interiors is also a Master Elite certified company. Only 2% of all roofing companies in the U.S. can say that. They also offer the best warranties in the business. 25 years on labor, 50-year manufacturer warranties. If you need work done around your home, office, or church, go with the best. Advanced Roofing and Interiors.
I'd like to thank our next sponsors, Hinton's Outdoor Services, locally owned lawn care offering mowing, pine straw, and gutter cleaning. On time, dependable, and detail focused. Book today. Your home will thank you. Remember, your lawn's messy, your gutters are worse. Thankfully, Hinton's Outdoor Services fixes both. Call today before your HOA does.
So Summer Day is going to get back on the mound here in the bottom of the second inning with the Pirates up 3-2. They're going to send to the plate the 8, 9, and 1-hole hitters, Lyric Scott, Kobe Ivester, and MT Moody. Lyric Scott in game 1 went 1 for 3 with a strikeout, a bunt single, and a fly out to left field. Yet the bat here in game 2 as the Pirates brought 7 hitters to the plate in the bottom of the first inning, plating 3 runs on 2 hits. Summer Days still putting in a couple more warm-up pitches as we get things going. Coach Parrott's walking behind the catcher, working his way over to the third base side to his coach's box. Throw down to second base is coming in. Chapman's going to move over to first base. Umpire Harrison behind the plate blue is going to come clean the plate off. Come around the backside, look down at his partner at first base, and everybody's ready to go as Lyric Scott, our center fielder, steps out in the right-hand batter's box. Summerday throws one up and in to Lyric, ball 1. Ball's just inside. So 2-0 now on Lyric Scott. Shade has now worked its way halfway through the infield. Starts to find sunlight again as Scott fouls the ball off of his left foot. Ball goes about 3 feet out into fair territory as home plate umpire waves it foul. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Sunshine finds itself again in shortstop, third base area and covers just about rest of the field. So the ball comes up and in to Lyric Scott, 3-1. I'm telling you, if you're trying to see a sign out in left field, it's very, very hard to do, especially the light ones. I mean, the sun is just gleaming off of it. As a strike comes in, low and away to Lyric Scott. He's worked the count now full here in the bottom of the second inning. First and third basemen are playing about straight away with the bag. Second and shortstop playing deep. Outfield's playing about straight up as Lyric Scott's going to hit this ball in between the catcher and the pitcher. Pitcher's going to come in about, 6 or 7 feet up the third baseline. Brings the high pop-up into his glove as Summerday, who is clearly their athletic shortstop full-time, is pitching this game. And he called the catcher off to record the first out of the inning for the Pirates, bringing up Kobe Ivester. Kobe sees a strike in his first AB of the day. 0-1 to him. Kobe, really athletic shortstop for the Pirates, right-hand hitter, right-hand thrower. Watches the ball come about 2 inches off the top of the plate into the glove for a ball. Kobe swings over something that's off speed. The catcher missed it as it went right under his glove in between his legs and bounced off of umpire Harrison right behind him. Good block by the blue. Summerday delivers. This ball is hit straight to the shortstop. Shortstop Khalil Washington comes up, throws the ball over to first, and the umpire makes a dancing move towards the bag for a 6-3.
That was a jig.
That was like a little jig. I'm gonna tell you guys. I put most of my salary on it. I guarantee you that the first base umpire is a retired individual.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. And I'm impressed. I mean, the man.
I wouldn't be out here.
The man probably looks to be in his 70s,
Yep.
and to be out here umpiring and having a good time with it, man, is quite impressive.
He was spry with that out. And again,
he just kind of stutter stepped a couple times towards the bag and punched him out as MT Moody sees ball number 1 as we're back to the top of the lineup for the Pirates. So make that 1 ball, 1 strike to MT as he's watched the second fastball come across the plate. Rutland scored 2 in the top of the first. Pike answered with 3. Rutland didn't score anything in the top of the second, and Pike County is now 2 outs here in the bottom of the second after 2 batters with M.T. Moody standing at the plate. M.T. hit a single his last time up.
Wow.
And he fired a ball back into an impressively caught glove.
That was the same
by
hit.
Summer Day. Holy smokes, what a play
That was
by
beautiful.
that pitcher. That would be the play of the game had he been a Pirate. Well, 3 up, 3 down for the Pirates. It was a quiet second inning, moving to the third, 3-2 Pirates.
Top-rate electrical repair and installation can make all the difference in your home or business. That's why you need the best in the business, Enlightening Electric. They're available 24/7, licensed, insured, and bonded, and provide the very best electrical services. See for yourself. Just one click to enlighteningelectric.com will show all the services they offer. Free estimates are also available. Experience and expertise. It's not just electric, it's Enlightening Electric.
I'd like to thank our next sponsor, Childress and Justice Injury Attorneys. Man, I'm telling you, last night I had a phone call, or we had to do a phone call with Chad and Chris. And Chris, I'm telling you, had all the answers we needed with with some very, very, attorney terms that he used, and I liked it.
Chad, look, man, they came at me with some free console stuff. Is what they got me after the Macon Mayhem game. Chad had called the PA for the Macon Mayhem, and Michael was down there to drive him around because Chad had had eye surgery that morning and got up and just worked his rear end off down in Macon calling that game. They're leaving and going home, and then they call me up and say, oh, I'm sick, and that Michael had gotten sick on the ride home and had me all worried and wanting to turn around as I was headed with my family up 74 back to Thomaston.
But we really had questions, though.
And then they came with questions, and after they had made me feel like that I needed to go help them out and rescue him like a hero, I had to step in and
Chris, you are a hero.
I'm not a hero, man, and I don't wear a cape. But I do really enjoy.
Hey, some of these kids, I bet you feel like you do wear a cape with some of these.
I really
stuff that you
enjoy.
do, man.
I really enjoy helping. I do. I enjoy being a servant to the community. I enjoy having kids that come in, and because when you can counsel an entire family that way too, it puts me around great situations where you see beautiful adoptions, you see foster adoptions when that happens, and you see recovery stories, and you see things that are just amazing in my field, in my practice. So,
well, thank you for what you do, sir.
Yeah, man. Well, Brody Adams back to the second game of the doubleheader. Camp pitched the first game of the doubleheader. Brody's going to come in, and he's going to fire a ball just outside to the third 3-hole hitter. Hunter Floyd. The lefty for the Canes steps back in the box. 1 ball, 1 strike on him. Brody fires a fastball, and this ball is just gonna stay. Walker Stiltner comes in, and I can't hardly see through the third base dugout area, but it looked like Stiltner found some grass stains. Maybe MT found a few grass stains. Kobe obviously might have found a few grass stains, and so did the baseball, as they all 3 come back from no man's land. So that is a 2-minute strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the 3-hole hitter here in the top of the third inning. Good curveball by Brody Adams, and just freezes number 3 in the left-hand batter's box. Give Brody Adams his second strikeout of the day, his first strikeout looking, and his second strikeout in a row as he struck out Khalil Washington to end the second inning, and now Floyd to begin the third inning. Newberry to the plate. The righty's going to swing over a dying sinker. Man, that ball came in. It's like he pulled the string on that.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like a yo-yo.
Catcher, who made an excellent throw, knocking out M.T. Moody in the first inning, is at the plate batting. And he's going to now, after getting just dealt up with a disappearing all-speed pitch, follows that up with a fastball that blew right by him. Brody Adams is an absolute command. As he's about to step into his delivery, Newberry, the catcher, throws up the time sign and backs out of the box.
80% of the field's covered in shade now.
It is. And Brody Adams comes in and just tears him. Make that 2 strikeouts in a row. 3 in a row, really. 2 strikeouts of the inning as a nice curveball comes in to Gabe Bowden, catching the catcher swinging. Gabe gets up, tries to throw the ball down to Walker Stiltner, and the sun is still playing just enough of a mess on Walker over at third. He went right by him out in the left field as they try to throw it around the horn.
There's shade on his feet, but there's not shade in his eyes.
Yeah, he's got the glove in his face. Now his bare hand in front of his face. Just brutal over on the left side of the field as this sun sets here at the Jack. Brody fires a ball. Oh, and it line drive as the tall Kobe Ivester leaps up into the air, and that ball right off. Kobe could not have jumped any higher, could not have stretched any taller, and that ball caught just enough leather to turn itself into a single here in the top of the third.
Yeah, that was a great jump just right over the top of that glove, man.
It was very well timed by Kobe. Great pitch. Brody still looking really good on the mound with Hopkins now standing at first. Colton Beard, the second baseman. He's going to see ball 1 off the plate. 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Colton Beard last time up hit into a 6-4 inning ending out. Ball is low. Gabe Bowden smashes it to the ground. It inches over about 3 or 4 feet to the right of Bowden, close enough to him to hold Hopkins at first. 2 balls now on Colton Beard. Brody now is going to throw the ball low. Just block, and then umpire is going to walk away and come. Well, umpire behind the plate just walked like towards up the line, third baseline. As the runner was still in second, there was no attempt made there. I thought Bowden kept that in front of him at the plate, so not sure what that was about. But either way, now it's 3 balls, no strikes. Runner at Hopkins at second base. Beard's going to swing at the 3-0, which would have been the 4th ball of the at bat. So now make it 3-1, or 3-1 on the 6-hole hitter, Colton Beard. Rutland put up 2 in the top of the first. Pike answered with 3. Nobody did anything in the second inning. 2 runs on 4 hits for Rutland, 3 runs on 2 hits for the Pirates, as Brody Adams is going to give a free pass to Colton Beard. That will be his 2nd walk on the day for Brody Adams, putting Hopkins at second, Beard at first, with Kyle Howard, the enormous center fielder, righty at the plate. He's been eat up all day long with off speed and change ups. Brody throws one off the plate. Howard almost chased it but didn't for ball number 1. 2 outs, runners on first and second. This ball is hit sky high, Major League Baseball high, over to the first base side. Daniel Jones is going to come over and camp right where the first baseman Max Harris started, and he's going to bring it in. Rutland's going to leave 2 on, moving to the bottom of the third. Pike up 3-2.
Listen up, Braves fans. Braves Vision is your new TV home of the Atlanta Braves, and catching every pitch is easier than ever. Watch Braves Vision through your current cable or satellite provider, or stream games on Braves Vision with the Braves.TV subscription. That means streaming from anywhere on any device with no local blackouts. Check out all your options at Braves.com/watch. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
I'd like to thank our next sponsor, Southern Cross. Southern Cross builds luxury gunite pools, spas, outdoor living spaces, including pool houses, pavilions, pergolas, outdoor kitchens, pavers, and retaining walls. They can even help with your landscaping. They are a turnkey company starting with design all the way to completion. Visit southerncrossga.com to see all the services they offer and read real customer reviews.
Well, Morgan County did their thing with Callaway. Callaway was 1-1, just took them deep into the game number 1. Morgan just ran away with it there in the 6th and 7th inning, winning game 1 7-1. I don't believe game 2 is taken off yet for the two teams. But, man, Callaway certainly hung in there and gave Morgan a fight. Morgan still now undefeated in region play. Callaway now just suffered their second loss and third loss in region play, being now as Morgan would have now taken the series as they had won the game 1 the other night. Back here at the Jack, 2-hole hitter, designated hitter for Brody Adams is Sawyer Selman. Sawyer hit a single his first time up, came around and scored Pike's first run. He sees a ball right off the plate for ball number 1. Ball 2, up and away. So you got the gleaming sunshine, I mean just bouncing off of the wall from about the batter's eye left field in front of the sponsorship signs. On the dirt, on the ground at the base of the wall is where the shade's going to start. And it's going to work its way all the way back to, well, the entire field back into the dugout. Got a little bit of sunlight out in right center. Other than that, we are in the shade. And in 4 pitches in a row, Sawyer Selman is going to find himself on the bag for the second time in this game.
The third baseman, number 17, Walker Stiltner.
Stiltner's going to come up. Stiltner has hit the ball all around today. Really hasn't got anything out of it, but he has put barrel on ball. His first time this game, he came up and hit a ball out into center field for the second out of the game. Walker, our 3-hole hitter. Max Harris will be on deck. Pick-off move back over to first base. Sawyer back easily as he slides back on his belly. Sawyer's got a massive lead over at first. Summerday's looking over his back shoulder over to first base as he's going to deliver a ball inside to Walker Stiltner. Summerday, where most pitchers kind of look over that front shoulder a little bit, when he comes set, he turns his head and looks way over the back of his right shoulder and then looks back to the plate as he throws a ball that just catches the low and inside corner of the strike zone. So now 1 ball, 1 strike to Walker Stiltner. Sawyer, 4 steps off, looking like he wants to go. The pitch, he does not go. The ball is pitched up. So 2 balls and a strike to Walker Stiltner. Nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Pike's up 3-2. Is out. They have been out hit 4-2 by Rutland. Runner takes off. Catcher comes up, fires a dart to the left-hand side of the bag, but Sawyer Selman's going to get in easily. Give Sawyer his second stolen base of the day and his second time being on the bags today. Now it's 3 balls, 1 strike to Walker Stiltner. Walker is going to show bunt on the 3-1. First baseman is going to crash. Second baseman was going the wrong way. He was headed towards second base. So they reset. Stiltner shows bunt. First base crash. Second base towards first. Walker is going to push the ball down third baseline, but pull it a little bit, too much foul. So now we got a full count on Stiltner. So on the full count, we imagine, first baseman is going to find himself behind the bag. So will the third baseman. Shortstop and second baseman are playing with a slinky out there, holding Sawyer close to second. And this ball is going to come in, and it is going to drill Walker Stiltner in his left elbow. And that's a kind of a shot. That's a kind of a shot there that is going to deaden an arm.
Yeah, it's a little stinger.
Yeah, it's going to deaden his arm for a second. It's going to take him a minute to kind of.
It just tingles a little bit, and then it comes back.
Yeah, well, that was a fastball that was zooming in on a full count to Walker, and he tried to get out of the way.
He's definitely in pain over there.
But he is hurt as that ball hit just the top where the tricep meets the elbow. He just caught it right there, and it's happened, and it's like you feel like there's ants crawling around inside your skin. And I'm sure
that funny bone.
That's where Stiltner's out there, and he's dealing with that. We do have a trainer here today. Trainer's out with Walker standing at first base. Good to have the trainer here on spring break. Coach Chapman out at first base as well as Coach Pierce.
Even for spring break, there's still a lot of people here.
It's impressive. This game too really has drawn out a lot. There's young folks here too. I mean, this is kids and adults alike. There is a pretty decent crowd here at the Jack, but again, an off day at the Jack can tend to be a really good day for most other parks, especially around the region. Trainer's gonna pop Stiltner on the top of the head, say you're good to go. Stiltner's gonna lean over, touch his knees, and go, okay, I guess I am. Chapman's gonna retire back to the first base coach box. Pierce back to the dugout. Coach Parrott and Max Harris separate from one another on the third baseline as we now have runners on first and second base. Nobody holding anybody on at first. Second baseman kind of squeezing Sawyer at second. Max tries to lay a bunt down, but it goes fouled on the third baseline as the third baseman charged in to cover. Shortstop was coming over to third to hold that bag. No balls, one strike now to Max Harris. Sawyer at second. Walker at first. Max at the plate. Max calls time, runs out to Coach Parrott. They meet about halfway between the catcher's mound or the catcher's home plate and the third base. While they're meeting to kind of get their signs together on this first and second situation with nobody out, the catcher runs out to Summerday, the pitcher on the mound, has a few words with him. Now Newberry, the catcher, is running back behind the plate. And then we're going to get reset. First and second, nobody out. Harris at the plate, 0-1. Harris shows bunt, the pitch. The ball's up and in, does not put the bunt down. The ball gets past the shortstop who was covering third. It goes by him. It goes by the third baseman. Goes out into left field. It's going to score Sawyer Selman from second. It's going to get Walker Stiltner over to first, or over from first to third. Walker's still holding that left elbow as Max Harris pulled back now, and it has 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. 4-2 Pirates in the bottom of the third. Harris swings over a curveball from Summerday. Summerday comes set, looks over his glove from the windup, and he pitches. This ball's going to die just at the plate for ball number 2. Well, the double steal was going on the bunt attempt by Max. He pulls back where he may have thought about should have put it down, but it worked out as Max Harris is now going to hit a deep ball out to center field to Floyd, and then Walker is going to run home. It's going to turn into be a sac fly. And let me tell you, Stiltner did not even move his left arm at all as he ran down the third baseline. He's turned back around to grab the bat.
Yeah, he's not moving
of Max
at all.
Harris and coming back to the dugout with Max Harris's bat, and he has yet to move that left arm. So I'm sure that's a pretty good stinger on his end. So give Max a sac fly RBI. As Jarrett Morris is going to sky one over the batting cages down the right field sign for strike number 1. Well, we got put 2 more up here in the bottom of third already, and it's 5-2 now, Pike County. Off of 2 hits and a few walks, a couple errors. 1 away. Base is empty as Jarrett Morris looks at a ball that's just low and away. Nobody on for Jarrett. Fastball, just on the outside corner and just up a little bit as Jarrett puts a big swing on it. Nice level swing, big cut, shaves the bottom half of the ball off as it fires right back into the block wall right behind the umpire and right in front of us. Curveball this time.
Off the mask of the blue.
Jarrett Morris fouls that off and just slams Bobby Harrison in the face. Umpire throws his thumb up as everybody was going to walk away and give him a second to shake it off.
He said, nope, let's go.
No.
Let's end this.
No, my head's hard enough, guys. Check the ball, make sure it's okay. So 1 ball now, 2 strikes on Jarrett Morris. He is going to hit a missile back up the middle, right to Hunter Floyd. That ball was in the air just past the mound, landed on the grass before it got to dirt, and it was already in straightaway center running across the grass before Jarrett could even get to first base. It was being fielded by the center fielder. So that was absolutely scorched. Jarrett gets a single, stands at first with Daniel Jones coming to the plate. Daniel reached last time on an error by the shortstop. He's going to show bunt, and he's going to lay a ball down the first baseline. First base, he's going to turn around and throw the ball to. Wow! So this is a great play. Daniel Jones is going to bunt the ball down the first baseline as Jarrett's taking off to second. As the ball's being played by the pitcher and tossed over to the first baseman, the third baseman also crashed. Jarrett Morris never slowed down. He went around second base and headed to third. Nobody's home at third. So on the sac bunt, that is a 2-base sac bunt by Daniel Jones. Well done. As Max Harris now does his job, or Daniel Jones, my bad, Gabe Bowden, let me get caught up. Gabe Bowden comes up and does his job, and after Daniel Jones moves Jarrett all the way around the bases with a bunt, Gabe brings him home with an RBI single.
Man, this is some good baseball right here, man. This is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, they're playing some good ABC ball, really are. It is now 6-2 Pirates. Both teams have 4 hits. Lyric Scott sees strike number 1 come across the plate. So Sawyer scored, Walker scored this inning. Max got a sac fly. Jarrett's came across the plate after a 2-base sac bunt by Daniel Jones. Gabe Bowden came in and knocked in Jarrett Morris with a single through between third and shortstop. Now has us to the 8-hole hitter, Lyric Scott. He is now looking at 2 strikes and no balls. Samaje Smith's come in to run for Gabe Bowden. Ball outside. Lyric's not chasing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball is hit on a dart out to left field as Samaje Smith was running to second, had a hit and run on. Samaje Brown takes a big turnaround second base, but the left fielder gets it back in quick enough to the third baseman to turn Samaje around and get him back to second. So, all right, 2 quick singles, 1 by Lyric, 1 by Gabe. Has now got runners on first and second with 2 outs. With Kobe Ivester, shortstop, coming to the plate. Last time up, Kobe Ivester hit into a 6-3 put out. Samaje has a really good lead out at second base. Kobe Ivester watches a ball come over the top of the plate, about 4 inches or so, for ball number 1. Blue calls time, turns around, and starts pointing fingers at the shortstop and the second baseman. I don't know really what happened, but he just got on and chastised the two Rutland players. The second baseman just threw his hand at the umpire and he waved him off.
Of course, he did it with his
waited
turn
for
around.
umpire turned around, and the guy at second base just waved him off like, yeah, whatever he said. Wow, that was.
I'd like to know what happened.
Yeah, that was well played by. I don't know who's the second. That's Colton Beard. Ball two to Kobe Ivester. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Kobe. Got Samaje at second base. Lyric Scott at first, a speed everywhere, with Kobe standing at the plate with 2 away. Middle infielders coming together to try to keep Samaje close. This ball's going to be low. That was probably could have been a strike any other day, but I have a feeling that Bobby Harrison might have saw the second baseman make that move to his field blue out there.
That was a get back.
And that's to get you back. Don't you talk to my umpire buddy like that, or I'm going to get right back at you. And this ball is clearly a ball as it's low and inside. So it's going to load the bases. Samaje is going to move to third. Lyric's going to move to second. Kobe's going to stand at first on the walk and come back to the plate now here in the 4th inning.
It's a lot of hitting around with 2 outs.
Or bottom of the 3rd inning, rather. M.T. Moody. I was looking at my scorebook, and I was like, man, am I writing on the wrong line here in the 3rd? And I was like, nope, this is the 9. It's back around. M.T. is 9th batter of the inning as he sees the ball off the plate. So the inning started with Sawyer walking. Then Walker got hit by a pitch. Max hit a sacrifice fly. Jarrett was able to get over on a bunt by Daniel Jones. Gabe hit a single. Lyric hit a single. Kobe got on by way of a walk. So now 2 balls, 1 strike to M.T. Moody. Bases loaded. M.T. Moody's going to hit the ball to third. Third baseman's going to pick it up, touch the bag, beating Lyric to third base. So the Pirates are going to leave them loaded, but they're going to score 3 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 6-2 Pirates. See you at the top of the 4th.
Ever thought the day would come where you could apply for a mortgage from the comfort of your living room or home office? In as little as 20 minutes, you can apply online with our new online mortgage center. So visit our website and apply today. We're an equal housing lender. First Bank of Pike. Together we grow. Member FDIC. Online at firstbankofpike.com.
I'd like to thank our next sponsors, AdCode Landscape Management. Your yard doesn't have to be a chore. From clean cuts to full transformations, commercial or residential, AdCode Landscape Management will make your lawn the best in the neighborhood. Visit AdCode Landscape Management on Facebook today for more information. Your yard will thank you.
Well, guys, Brody Adams is going to come back out on the mound into the 4th inning for the Pike County Pirates. So far, the young man's looked pretty good. The righty has gotten 3 strikeouts in the last 2 innings. He's really put the ball in a position where the ball could be hit, where he could use his defense. He throws his last warm-up pitch to Gabe Bowden as he throws it down to second as we try to get this thing going. He's given up a few runs, or a couple runs rather, but he's had a good defense behind him. Rutland has got 4 hits on scoring those 2 runs, with Brody walking 2. So he's been pretty effective on the mound. Gabe kind of casually walks back behind the plate, looks at the umpire. As Vance Hinton, the right fielder, comes to the plate, he is one of the walks from Brody Adams, and Brody's going to quickly show him a strike from the first pitch of the AB here in the top of the 4th. Brody then follows that up with a dying Looks like that must be like a splitter. Is what that must be. The way that the ball comes in and it just drops over the plate. It changes that up. Same arm spot, and he just missed just up. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brody Adams. Ty over here sitting next to me. What was that pitch that I called a splitter? Fastball, curveball, changeup.
That was a late swing.
And then a late swing there, and that give Brody Adams his 4th strikeout of the day as he continues to command on the mound. Brody coming off of an excellent performance against Morgan County. He did get the loss in that game, but, man, what a game that he did pitch. Getting statewide attention is Justin Williams, or Carter Willis, rather, handles the ball right off the hands to third baseman Walker Stiltner. Walker Stiltner throws the ball over to Max Harris. So quickly now, 8 9-hole hitters are 1 up, 2 up, 1 up, down, 1 up, 1 down, 2 up, 2 down. Getting back to the top of the order as Tate Summerday comes to the plate, the left-hand pitcher, full-time shortstop for the Rutland Hurricanes. He sees a pitch just off the outside of the plate, deliberately missed is what I would say, the way that Brody's pitching. And this ball is now hit foul, and it, as it gets to the bag, it just hits the grass and the dirt where they come together and shoots it even further foul and bounces off the block wall over at the batting cages for strike number 1. Tate is hitting to a fielder's choice to the second baseman. He's also flew out to left field. 2 balls, no strikes. Ball's up, 3-0. So we had 2 really quick outs. Now Brody Adams. This third out sometimes the hardest to get. Ball 4 comes in a little low and puts Summerday, the pitcher for the Hurricanes, on the base. So give Brody Adams another walk. So we quickly had 2 away. Have Summerday now standing over at first base. The 4th batter of the inning, and Khalil Washington comes to the plate, their shortstop. He's 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout. Summerday short lead over at first. Max holding him on. Ball's inside fastball for ball number 1. So that feels like 5 balls in a row now for Brody as he needs to kind of settle back in. Rutland scores 2 in the top of the first. Nothing, second and a third. Good pitch by Brody Adams as it's tailing off of the plate, but just holds on to it enough for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Khalil. Pirates answered in the bottom first with 3. Did nothing in the bottom of the second. Got 3 more in the bottom of the third. As this ball is absolutely scorched to right field. Jarrett Morris was playing there. Got up, tried to throw the ball to second to beat the runner to second. Gets past second base, but gets to Walker Stiltner backing it up over towards third. So quickly, so with 1 up, down, first batter gets up, strikes out. Second batter gets up, hits it to a 5-4 put out. Third batter hits a single, 4th batter hits a single. So we got 2 runners on, first and second base for Rutland, with the 3-hole hitter Hunter Floyd coming to the plate. Hunter has hit a triple and has struck out. Lefty stands at the plate. Max doing nothing, holding anybody on. Shortstop's covering over behind second. Second baseman's playing about straight away. As Brody throws a strike, Walker Stiltner rather, is playing about even with third base, about 6 feet off of the bag. Left fielder shaded just a touch left. Center fielder straight away. Right fielder straight away. As Brody comes set from the stretch, looks back at second and delivers. This is a fastball, just shaves off the corner of the plate, outside corner plate for a strike. Brody comes set, looks back at second, delivers. Nice curveball Throw the ball. What
He
did
just do it now.
Gabe Bowden? So there was a strikeout. There was a strikeout to the batter as he swung over the top of it. There was runners on first and second. Gabe Bowden could have easily thrown the ball over to third base to get the force out, but he threw it with 2 away. Gabe Bowden throws the ball out to center field. So that is going to score.
It's a lot, ain't it, Chris?
Summerday. Khalil Washington is going to end up at third. Floyd, who struck out, is going to end up at second on the E2 by Gabe Bowden. So now we've got runners at second and third with the runner scoring, and a nice pitch by Brody Adams, a sweeping curveball for a strike. Last time, Grayson Newberry has singled and struck out. So 2 quick outs by the Pirates and some mental error by our catcher after a couple singles. And it's allowed Rutland to put another run on the board. Now 6-3, both teams having 5 hits. And Brody Adams has come back with a vengeance, and that pitch just got nastier. That sweeping curveball from him, 1 ball, 2 strikes to the 4-hole hitter, Grayson Newberry, catcher for Rutland Hurricanes. The righty swings the bat to get ready, and he sees a curveball, and Brody Adams carves up Newberry for back-to-back strikeouts. This time, Gabe Bowden holds on to the ball, so 2 get left on. There is an error. Rutland scores a run, moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. Pike up 6-3.
Welcome y'all to Buckner's Family Restaurant. Around here, we're nothing fancy, but we are a place where family and friends gather around for some good old Southern joy. Come on over and experience the all-you-can-eat Southern cooking served on one of our Lazy Susan tables. There's something special about enjoying a meal with friends and family. The good times even happen outside our doors as you smile and play games while you wait or pick up a meal for the family from our online ordering and curbside to go. So come on out and bring your family and friends for a true Southern experience at Buckner's Family Restaurant.
Hey fans, ready to turn your backyard into the ultimate home field advantage? Pike Pools is locally owned and specializes in custom in-ground swimming pool designs and installations, building backyard dreams right here in their community. Stop by our pool store in Zebulon for top quality chemicals, cleaners, accessories, and more to keep your pool game strong. And when you build with Pike Pools, you score big because every pool comes with a 10% discount in their pool store. Visit PikePoolsGA.com and dive into your best summer yet.
Love Wayne Epperson and Kerry Epperson over the owners of Pike Pools. Great contributors to the community. They've done a ton of work over at the rec department. They've volunteered their time and money at that place. Pike Pools is a wonderful Pike County business who gives back to the community. Please use Pike Pools. What a great crew, what great people they are. As we now move to the bottom of the 4th inning, Gabe Bowden went over to the dugout in between innings, and he was given an earful by the coaching staff after that bizarre throw out into center field that allowed Rutland to score a run. All he had to do was throw the ball over to third base and the drop third strike, and that would have been the force. He could throw the ball to first base for that matter, but it would have been an easy out over at third. But either way, the Pirates got at it with no really more damage than just giving up that 1 run. Brody still looked really good that inning, striking out a few. And here we are now with Sawyer Selman, our 2-hole hitter, designated hitter for Brody Adams, coming to the plate. Sawyer's been on bag twice. He is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. He sees a strike just on the outside of the plate. So no balls, 1 strike to Sawyer Selman here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And he's going to hit the ball to second base. Second baseman's going to glove it on the glove side. Throw the ball over for a 4-3 out to start the bottom of the 4th. Walker Stiltner is going to come to the plate. 3-hole hitter, third baseman for Pike County. Stiltner has flown out to center field. He's also got hit by a pitch his last time up. He did score after having to nurse that left arm a little bit. He's going to hit a ground ball to shortstop. Shortstop Khalil Washington is going to come up, and he's going to fire the ball across the diamond for a 6-3 put out. So here we go. Just like the Pirates, or the Rutland had in the top of this inning, they had 2 really quick outs, and then they turned it around and scored or got a run out of it. Pirates now with Sawyer and Walker having 2 really quick outs. Going to have Max Harris come to the plate. He's going to see a strike come across the plate. So no ball, 1 strike to Max Harris, our 4-hole hitter for the Pike County Pirates. Well, that's a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike.
A couple other things going out in the world right now, Chris. Artemis 2 looks like it's coming down from space.
I had somebody tell me today that some kid told me today said they didn't leave. That Elon Musk couldn't get it past the firmament. So, yeah. So, whatever you say there, Penn. I had a 13-year-old tell me otherwise.
Well, I don't think the first moon landing happened.
2 balls, 1 strike.
I think the second go-around seems a little bit.
You think they did a little better with the AI?
A little better with the AI.
The technology was a little better this time, and this ball's chopped up the third baseline. Third baseman's going to come across, fire a ball across to the first baseman, a stretching first baseman that is, but not quick enough to get the speedy Max Harris.
Man, if he was just a step slower, it would have been an out.
Everything looked right on the infield, so you're going to have to put that down as a infield single for Max Harris after 2 quick outs by the Pirates. Well, that's exactly what Rutland did at the top of the inning. After 2 quick outs, they got a single and backed it up with another one. Jarrett Morris, our 5-hole hitter, comes to the plate. He was hit by a pitch, and he hit a single his last time up. He sees a curveball come over the plate for a strike. Summerday really doesn't look bad on the mound either. He's been throwing a lot of strikes.
He's been doing good.
Really athletic kid. Looks back at second. Curveball comes across the plate. Catcher comes up, throws it to the third base side of second base, so Max Harris is going to sweep that bag clean.
Looks like the Braves and Guardians are 1-1 in the top of the 5th.
All right, so Chad's enjoying some baseball up in Truist Park. It's Jarrett Morris fires a foul ball over towards the track, over behind the batting cages here at the Jack Pilkington Field here in Zebulon, Georgia. Sun is down now. The lights are bright. Temperature probably feels to be 69, 70 maybe. I'm just guessing these things. Penn will come through in a few. As the ball bounces off the catcher as it hits his left thigh and goes towards the third base dugout.
Showing 66.
Max Harris is
65.
now going to stand at third, and we started the day, feeling like 78, I think is what was
You
it?
said it felt like 81.
It felt like 81. It was
78. Yep.
And so now 12 degrees later,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Here we are in the 4th inning of game 2. And Jarrett Morris is going to hit the ball to short. Shortstop's going to backhand it and throw a strike over to first. So Pirates are going to put 4 platters to the plate. They're going to get one on, but he's going to leave him there. Moving to the top of the 5th, 6-3 Pirates.
I'd like to thank our next sponsor, Express Restrooms. Hosting an outdoor event, Express Sanitation's here to help with their new plastic portable restrooms. Perfect for construction sites, outdoor events, and temporary projects. Designed for comfort and durability. Their portable restrooms are delivered clean, maintained regularly, and ready to meet your needs. Depend on Express Sanitations for fast service, reliable rentals, and a commitment to cleanliness you can count on. Visit expresssanitations.com for more info.
So as we go to the top of the 5th inning, I'm taking a peek over at the game 3, last game of the series between the Cavaliers and Morgan County Bulldogs. They're in the bottom of the 2nd. Morgan County's got runners on 2nd and 3rd with Strickland at bat. They're up 4-2 over the Cavaliers. Morgan County may just find itself in a position where they may just sweep everybody in the region. Yep. Nobody in the region had a prayer. They didn't have a prayer against Morgan County this season. They've been a tremendous team. And speaking of prayer, Christ Chapel Community Church wonderful church. Has 3 services on Sunday at 8, 9:30, and 11:15. Pastored by Billy Smith. There's also a church in Barnesville and Fayetteville and Hamilton. And I mean, they're everywhere. There's churches everywhere. They got one being built in Honduras. Like, the church is doing amazing. Easter Sunday was just had, and over 100 salvations were had on Easter Sunday. Could not ask. If you need a church to go to with a great worship service, with a good message, with a pastor that's unafraid to preach it, join us at Christ Chapel Zebulon every Sunday at 8, 9:30, or 11:15.
Thank you, Chris.
I felt like I read that off a piece of paper there, Ben.
I felt like you read off paper, but you're just over here playing with your pen. I'm like, wow. And I'm like reading off a true paper, and I'm like, I can't figure this out.
Here we go. I'm not going to quit my day job, though, as we have Brody Adams coming back on the mound here in the top of the 5th, and he fans the first pitch at Gunnar Hopkins. Hopkins, who started on the mound in game 2, first game of the doubleheader tonight, is the 5-hole hitter here. Gunnar's hit a single and flown out to center field, and after flailing at a ball going off the plate, Brody follows that up with a fastball on the inside of the plate. The command that Brody Adams is showing on the mound is tremendous. This kid is a sophomore, and he comes back and throws one off the plate that Gabe was able to keep off the ground, just carved up Gunnar Hopkins.
Number 11, Colton Beard.
That'd be his 6th strikeout of the day for Brody Adams. Brody coming off of a stellar performance against Morgan County. I'm telling you, you put that throws another strike as Colton Beard swings and flails over the top of a sinking something. Fastball up. So now it's quickly 0-2. Yeah, I tell you, Brody Adams is, as a sophomore, and he's got his dad's is a good-sized man. I would imagine that if this kid's got a couple more years of big growing to do, by his senior year, the way he uses his head as this ball's hit back up the middle, Kobe Iverson's going to catch it off the belly button and pop it over to second baseman. So Colton Beard's going to reach off of an E6 by Kobe Iverson. But put some more weight and height on Brody, and Brody's probably I would call him about close to 6 foot, or maybe in that area.
Yeah, 5'11".
5'11", 6'5", something.
Close.
Something, I don't know. He's somewhere, and he might be a $160. I don't know. I'm giving him something. I don't know where he is.
Wet.
He's wet, $160. But he commands, and he pitches with intent, and he's got a good delivery over the right hand, just not quite 3/4, not quite over the top. As he throws a ball to Kyle Howard, he fouls back for strike number 1. If this kid continues to get strong and grow with the type of mental game that he pitches from the mound, he could turn himself into a prospect pretty quick for these Pike County Pirates. Throws a ball up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now on Kyle Howard, who has been basically carved up all day long on the off-speed stuff. This ball is just inside to Kyle. He turns his back to it, trying to get hit. Kyle's yet to reach the base today. The only barrel that he's really had was straight up in the air. 4 and out. So we got a runner at first, 1 out. Kyle Howard sees a ball. Nope, it's a strike on the inside of the plate for Brody Adams. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Kyle Howard. 7-hole hitter waits for the pitch, and he swings over the top of a changeup, striking out Kyle Howard. 7 strikeouts now on the day for Brody Adams. Pitching looks really good for the Pirates today. His camp came out, and he collected 7. Had a really great pitching game. Brody Adams, he's got on the mound, and he pitches with command as he throws to the 8-hole hitter. His first pitch is a foul ball to the third base dugout. Vance Hinton 0-1. Ball's just inside to Vance Hinton. He represents the fourth batter of the game of this inning. Here at the top of the fifth inning, Gunnar Hopkins struck out at the top, and Colton Beard reached on an E6. He still stands over at first. Kyle Howard struck out, and now Vance Hinton stands up with Beard still standing at first. He's looking at a 2-0 count. Ball is going to be inside of the plate, well located. I'm telling you, I don't know if Brody's thrown any ball over the middle of the plate.
I don't think he has.
I mean, he's out there with a thin paintbrush. Runner takes off to second. There's going to be a curveball that comes on the inside. So Brody didn't even look over to the first to even check the runner at first that time. He was such in the zone trying carving up kids. He forgot to check. Runner takes off from first, steals it very easily on the inside off-speed pitch. It's now 3 balls, no strikes to the 8-hole hitter, Vance Hinton. Beard standing at second. Hinton's going to swat the ball over to the first base dugout. One of the Pike County Pirates over in the first base dugout. I saw a hand come up.
You get it. Yeah.
It's Sawyer Salmon over there, made a play in the dugout. Number 2 for the Hurricanes, wearing their orange shirts. Man, I'm so glad I didn't wear my Mercer Law shirt today, because it is as orange as the shirt.
You're not supposed to wear orange, Chris.
That's my alma mater's color, man. Ball's foul back. Mercer Law School Mercer's orange. What do you want me to wear?
Just don't wear it during football season.
Why? Because of Auburn?
Tennessee,
Florida. Yeah, I got.
Clemson.
I
We
feel
can keep
you.
going with that.
I can feel you. I got you. You're the football guy, and I love the dogs and all. But I
understand.
graduated
I
from
understand.
Mercer.
I understand.
I didn't get buy
I'm
my
just saying
shirt from
football
Walmart.
football season,
I
sir.
bought it from the bookstore. I didn't buy it from Walmart. I earned that shirt, man.
You wear it proudly.
I
It's
wear
not
it.
Football season.
Yeah, I wear it anytime I want to. Glad I didn't wear it today, though, as Brody Adams throws the ball just inside for ball number 4. So 2 outs now. Runner reached by way of an error, who's now standing at second, and Vance Hinton standing at first by way of a walk, with the 9-hole hitter, righty Carter Willis, coming to the plate. Carter's hit a single and hit into a 5-4 put out. Runner steals third. So now Rutland's found themselves in a 1st and 3rd situation.
Coach asked the Blue was a ball strike, but
Blue that wasn't responding.
he's a little hard of hearing.
He literally is. So, which has got to be great for an umpire. Be hard to hear him.
True.
So 1-0. Runner's going to take off the second. Gabe Bowden doesn't even think about him. So runner's now at second and third. And even if both scored, I mean, here in the top of the 5th, I mean, you don't want to count your chickens, right? But Pirates are up 6-3. Both teams have got, well, looks like 6 hits. Rutland's got 5 hits. Pirates have 6 hits as Brody Adams throws a strike to Carter Willis. And now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on the 9-hole hitter, the DH, for these Rutland Hurricanes. Rutland's have a couple errors. But here in the top of the 5th, runners at second and third. Brody tries to bend one over the top of the head of Carter Willis.
See, he ducked, but he was actually, his head was going right for that ball because he ducked.
So now it's full count. Base open at first base with the leadoff hitter, Summerday, standing in the on-deck circle. Strike right down the middle. And Brody Adams is going to collect his 8th K of the day as he's just dealing. So Rutland's going to leave 2 on. They're not going to get any across the plate. Moving to the bottom of the 5th, Pike up 6-3.
Listen up, Braves fans. Braves Vision is your new TV home of the Atlanta Braves. And catching every pitch is easier than ever. Watch Braves Vision through your current cable or satellite provider or stream games on Braves Vision with the Braves.TV subscription. That means streaming from anywhere on any device with no local blackouts. Check out all your options at Braves.com/watch. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
Hey, Pirate fans. If you're in or around town, make sure you stop by Pirate Nutrition for a delicious drink, especially around the summertime where it's going to be sweltering hot, 90-degree summer days. I think, man, I would use one right now, even though it's 60-something degrees.
They're
right now.
Well, they're delicious, and you know they spend a lot of time coming to the rec department too and serving drinks. They do provide some stuff to the rec department now, so the rec department can use Pirate Nutrition things out there. So you can, on a summer day, on playing baseball over there at Pike County Rec, you could grab drinks that were brought to us by Pirate Nutrition. And if you want to find Pirate Nutrition, you can locate them over next to Los Palomos in the middle of Zebulon. Beth Totten's probably going to be there with her daughter and her staff, and they're going to be serving drinks like they're going out of style. And as they should, because, man, Pirate Nutrition has been, ever since they've come into this community, they have absolutely taken it over with their delicious drinks. They also serve, and I haven't gotten anything from Pirate Nutrition yet, but as I understand, they serve some sandwiches and some other I guess,
call that
finger
cool
foods.
food.
Cool food.
Which is great during summertime.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you don't want anything hot.
So I walked in the other day, and Beth was cooking, I believe, banana muffins.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It would have been good. I asked for one, but I could not get one as they were being baked for somebody who ordered them.
So you got to order them.
Yeah, now
for
I
your
know.
office.
Now I know. Now I know I should have ordered it. But either way, they smelled great. I still got a drink nonetheless, and it was delicious. It was my go-to, the Savannah Sunset. There was a drink that I also got a couple games ago. It was called the Gold Digger. That drink has also come one of my favorites. As we now move into the bottom of the fifth inning, 6, 7, 8's coming up for the Pirates. Daniel Jones comes to the plate, and on the first pitch, he hits the ball over to Summerday at shortstop. Summerday is going to overthrow the ball to first base. You're going to make that he would have outran that ball anyway, so I'm going to make that an infield single. That does also show me, though, that with Summerday standing at shortstop, he is finished. He is done for the evening. See who's come to the mound. Gabe Bowden comes to the plate, 7-hole hitter. Ball's just off the plate to our righty. Gabe's hit a single, and he has hit the ball to first base, got out. Yet to catch a number for the pitcher, and as soon as I grab a number.
Number 3?
Number 3.
Yes.
That's Hunter Floyd.
Hunter Floyd.
So Hunter Floyd's taking the mound for
Rocketed.
Rutland, and ball is shot out to right center, but it was hit hard enough to where it couldn't move Daniel any further, so he's going to stop at second. Gabe's going to stand at first. He's got a 2-hit day going today, 2 singles. So he's 2 for 3. He'll be over at first long enough probably for Samaje to come courtesy run for him. Is that Samaje?
Yes, number 4.
Okay, so Samaje will come out, courtesy run for Gabe Bowden.
Running for the catcher at first base, number 4, Samaje Smith.
He's going to bring Lyric Scott to the plate, our center field speedster, 8-hole hitter. He's 1 for 2 from the day with a single. He's going to have runners on first and second. Great bunting opportunity for Lyric with nobody out. First baseman standing on the grass. He does show bunt. He puts it down the third baseline. Pitcher comes over to go to make a play all by himself.
He just held on to it.
Third baseman stayed at home. First baseman stayed home. He looks at third base, but by the time just looking at third base was taking too long if you're going to try to get the speedy Lyric Scott at first. So give Lyric Scott a sack or a bunt single. He's going to stand over at first. You're going to put Gabe Bowden, or it's Samaje Smith, who's courtesy running for Gabe Bowden at second, and Daniel Jones at third base with Kobe Ivester, the 9-hole hitter, at the plate. Ball's going to be low, and it's going to bounce just to the right from the catcher, but close enough to keep Daniel Jones at third. Kobe has hit into a 6-3 putout, and he's walked and been stranded at first. He's going to have the bases loaded here with nobody out, as this ball goes straight back to the block wall, missed arm side by the left-handed Floyd. Hunter Floyd. Hunter comes off of first base. I think it moves Khalil Washington over to first. He came from shortstop and moves Summerday out to shortstop where he naturally plays. The lefty comes set and he delivers. This ball's low and inside. Quickly now, 3 balls, no strikes with the bases loaded to Kobe Ivester. Nowhere to put him. Pirates up 6-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch. This ball is just out on the outside of the plate. So 4 straight balls to Kobe Ivester, and that's going to give Kobe an RBI as Daniel Jones crosses the plate. It's going to move Samaje over to third. It's going to move Lyric to second base, who got on by way of a single bunt, like a bunt that was a single. And Kobe Ivester is going to stand at first. It's going to rotate the lineup right back to the top to M.T. Moody. M.T. Moody has hit a single. He's 1 for 3 for today. Had a really hard line drive to Summerday on the mound. His second time up was incredibly caught by the pitcher. Off-speed pitch to M.T. Moody for a strike. Bases, plethora of Pirates, as MT's dad Michael would say. On the bags. This ball is low. MT looks up the third baseline, holds his hand up, saying, nope, stay there. Ball didn't get by, so Samaje retreats. Coach Parrott over at third base, giving signs. Lyric way off a second. Ball's low. MT tells him not to come, that the catcher caught it. So Lyric's just about, when he gets out there to his full distance off a second, he is probably close to the shortstop. He has got every bit of the lead. Kobe's behind the first baseman who's playing at the grass. The third baseman's playing at the grass. Samaje is standing there, and this ball is going to get hit just past the shortstop. Samaje is going to come home and score. Lyric is going to come home and score. So give MT a 2 RBI single, now making it
9-3.
9-3 Pirates. So Samaje scores. Lyric scores. Kobe advances to second base. MT to first base on the single. And Sawyer Selman's going to come to the plate. Sawyer has hit a single and he's walked. Been a part of a 4-3 putout. So he's 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Sawyer, our left-handed hitter. He goes to lay down a bunt. He misses it absolutely completely. Kobe Ivester slides into second base to that should have been the hit and run, the bunt and run. But because the ball found itself into left field, M.T. Moody never stopped at second, rounded second base. Kobe Ivester is going to score. It's now 10-3 Pirates. With MT standing at third, he runs first to third on the wild throw by the catcher to the third baseman. Sawyer Selman, who could not get the bunt down, is looking 0-1. This ball is low, bounces away from the catcher, close enough to do nothing, do no harm.
I think the errors are what's hurting Rutland.
Yeah, and they have, 3 of them?
Yeah.
The board says 2. Actually, I think I have 4. The 2 errors they attributed.
Let's just meet in the middle.
Well, the 2 errors I think they attributed is it looked like Sawyer tried to kick the ball or something. Like he was getting out of the way and like a Bruce Lee front kick to try to get out of the way there. And may have got a piece of the home plate blue. But either way, now it's 2-0 on, or 2-1 on Sawyer with MT at third. Wouldn't bother me at all here in the bottom of the 5th if we could get 3 more runs and call this one a game, as this ball's low and away. But no, I think they put their 2 errors on the board by way of the errors that were had by way of hits that the runners reached. But there were also 2 throwing errors as well that caused runners to advance or score. So I've got them in my book for 4, as this ball's high to Sawyer, Selman, and Hunter Floyd just can't seem to find the strike zone.
So he's getting a little frustrated.
So it's frustrated indeed. It's going to bring the coach out to the mound, and it's going to bring the team together. Looks like we got the left hand going up. That's going to be it for Hunter Floyd as the center fielder, the tall. I actually kind of excited to see this young man come in as Kyle Howard. So Kyle Howard is the righty, big, tall righty that's been coming to the plate. And he really hasn't been effective at the plate. But as tall as this kid is, you may think that if he can leverage correctly, we may see some velo out of this kid coming into the mound from center field.
Any updates for
Let's see.
Morgan? I mean,
I don't
we'll get a
know.
little time.
Let me see, Michael. Let me see what.
I'll let everybody know, just in case you're not watching.
What?
Guardians is 2, Braves 1 in the middle of the 6th.
Wrong game. Let me see.
It's MLB.
12-2, bottom of the second, Morgan County. They are got the bases loaded. Actually, now end of the second now, 12-2. Now top of the third, as you will. Callaway's about to come to the plate. Man, Morgan just opened it. So they show back up. There's Morgan. There they are. That's a team that's been beating the brakes out of everybody this year. What a dominant team they are. They got Ty Tillery when they came through the Jack. Man, he brought 5 scouts with him, MLB scouts, come and watch that kid. Had another kid on the team, the 2-hole hitter was Hunter Reed. Hunter Reed, the game before, hit a that we didn't see but we heard. He was at Jackson, hit a 500-foot moonshot as we heard. Didn't see that happen when we were here. Hudson Reed.
See,
yeah,
we got Ty here.
I got Ty. My son's sitting here to the left of me, and I tell you, if I say something wrong, he's going to look at me like I didn't get anything for Christmas. I mean, it's such a just a shady look, like I have done the world an injustice because I used the kid's wrong name instead of just politely going, Dad, hey, Dad, it's not Hunter, it's Hudson. It's not. No, he looks at me instead like I have just redefined words in the dictionary.
I think that's a teenager.
I guess
what, a
so.
15-year-old
Wow.
now? Teenager?
He just turned 15. And he turned 15 Tuesday. Physically turned 15.
Mentally 6 to 3.
Yeah. No, he's had a pretty good week. He's got to float to Flint this week. He's going down to a Macon Mayhem game. Took us to Peachtree City and had the Kobe's hibachi, which was delicious.
Yummy.
The Kobe's hibachi was delicious. He got Ty. I like to say he likes to tie you up when you get to restaurants because he's going to see anything that has market value on it, and he's going to go after that market price. He's going to go after that. He had the lobster steak, filet mignon, hibachi. Looked delicious. As we now have runner running to second base, and he's going to get caught stealing and thrown out as Sawyer Selman at second base to make that the first out of the inning for the Pirates. M.T. Moody still standing over at third base with Kyle Howard on the mound. Threw a strike into a check swing.
Wow, it was a check swing that hit the bat.
Check swing
crazy.
To Walker Stiltner. That ball goes back to Howard, the pitcher, and he makes a 1-3 play over to first.
It looked like that ball was coming straight towards him, and he turned, and it just hit that.
Yeah, like he defensively was just trying not to get tore up about it. But and it keeps MT there now. Quickly 2 outs. As this ball comes flying in from the big right-hander for a strike. So where it looked like your previous pitcher for Rutland was laboring on the mound, Floyd's coming in throwing 4 pitches and gotten 2 outs. And he's throwing another pitch. That's another strike. So quickly now, Max Harris is in an 0-2 count.
This is definitely their closer.
Yeah, he's come in and he looks really good on the mound. Throws another fastball. Fastball's kind of flat, comes from a 3/4 side. So if you're a righty in the box, it's going to look like it's coming out of your hand right up to your left shoulder, but the ball's going to finish over the plate. Doesn't appear to have a lot of movement to it. Throws another fastball. This time it's up. But the kid's so tall and long-armed that when he delivers from the mound, I mean, he's taken up maybe 6 feet of the mound before he even releases the baseball. Really messes with timing of the hitters. So you got MT over at third, looking over, and nobody's holding him on. Ball's up and away to number 14, our 4-hole hitter, Max Harris. Max Harris has gotten on via an error at second base. He's hit a sac fly, and he's gotten a single. And he is going to check swing. He's going to check swing. The ball's going to go back. He's going to call it a ball. The pitcher, however, as the ball went back to the blocks right behind him, did not come crashing to the plate. MT, being the intelligent player that he is, noticed that the pitcher had no intent at all to cover the plate on the wild pitch. MT slides across the plate for the 11th run of the Pirates, 11-3. So now nobody on. A 2-2 count to Max Harris, and he's going to drive this ball to deep left field. But the left fielder goes back. He's about 10 feet from in front of the wall, and he's going to bring it in for the third out of the inning. So nobody left on. Pirates do score a couple more. They're up 11-3, moving to the top of the 6th.
Listen up, Braves fans. Braves Vision is your new TV home of the Atlanta Braves. And catching every pitch is easier than ever. Watch Braves Vision through your current cable or satellite provider, or stream games on Braves Vision with the Braves.TV subscription. That means streaming from anywhere on any device with no local blackouts. Check out all your options at Braves.com/watch. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
Hey, Pirate fans, don't forget, April 25th at the Raintree Golf Course, we have the Touchdown Club Golf Tournament.
Yep. Just read the paper.
I'm reading the paper.
Read the paper,
I'm not
Michael.
like Chris. I can't not. If I
Guy-
read the paper, it's wrong. But anyway,
guys, he's
please,
from Jackson.
yeah, I am from Jackson. Please, please, please support our football team, our community. Get out there and let's make some money.
Look, man,
Please,
raise
guys.
money for Touchdown Club.
Yeah.
Coach Holmes has come over to this county.
He's building something over
and
here,
he is
man.
building something in Pike County. He's gotten a great coaching staff built here. He continues to seem to add on to it. You can't get the guy away from the facility. Like, he is everywhere. He's got kids from 4 years old up out here doing something to keep them in shape and keep them rolling. I saw that Holmes was on the Pine Mountain Trail hiking either today or yesterday. He's just an active, wonderful human being. He's the type of person that you do want to throw money at and support because you know he's doing great things for the kids in the community. So the Touchdown Club on April the 25th is going to have a golf tournament to raise money for the football program. Get you a team. Call Coach Holmes. Find him on Facebook. Find Tammy Bassett and bug her to death. Get some teams in this thing. Let's pack this thing out. Let's pack Raintree out. They've been working on that golf course to get this thing ready here in about, what's the 25th, like 10 days from now?
15 days. It's the 10th today.
15 days from now.
If I can count.
Well, maybe you can. Did you take a shoe off to get to 15?
No.
Okay, so we're going to question the 15. Brody Adams is going to come back to the mound. He's going to face the 1, 2, 3 hitters in Summerday, Washington, and Floyd. He's going to fire a fastball in, and Summerday is going to send it straight back into the net for strike number 1. Summerday started on the mound for the Rutland Hurricanes.
Also, Braves are up 4-2.
Bravos. Go Bravos. Yeah. Bravos are doing good with that lineup.
Yes, sir.
This ball is a curve ball that has so much spin on it that Gabe Bowden just cannot get the glove over to the backhand side quick enough to keep it in front of him as it finds its way back to the backstop. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Throws a fastball after a ball that was curving way inside with tremendous amount of spin. Follows it up with a fastball painting the outside corner of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strike for Brody Adams. Just a nasty, nasty bending ball from Brody Adams back on the inside of the plate, just carving up Tate Summerday for his 9th strikeout of the game. Brody Adams is having yet another great day. Another great game. He pitched 6 2/3 innings his last outing against a team that is destroying Callaway right now, 12-2. The team that has swept the region, Brody kept a tight game against them. Sophomore stud for Pike County. He throws the ball inside. Now it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Khalil Washington. Khalil was a strikeout victim in the second inning of Brody Adams. But he's got him back. He's hit a single out in the left field, and he has also scored. He scored the Rutland's first run. Brody fires another fastball in, and it's fouled back. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brody just looks calm out there. Like it's his game, and we're just all here calling it. As he pitches from the windup, everybody's playing about straight away on defense. Khalil calls time. Brody Adams didn't even flinch. He is looking. You can't even see his face but for his glove. He waited for him to get in his box, and he's already delivering and firing a nasty pitch in, and all Khalil Washington could do was fight it off. I mean, Brody was standing on the mound. He is back on the mound again, ready to go. Khalil stepping in the box. Can't even get a chance to breathe right when Brody's already delivering. He throws a bender, blowing Khalil off the plate. But effective on a 2 ball, 2 strike count now. Let's see if he goes away with something fastball after he blew him off the plate with that pitch. He certainly does. He tries to go back outside with it. Leaves that one over the middle just a little bit, just enough for Khalil to foul it back into the net. So Khalil, couple singles and a strikeout, two for 3. He's worked Brody pretty hard today, and Brody is going to get him out on a slow off-speed pitch to strike him out for the second time today. So Khalil's got 2 singles off of Brody, but Brody's matched him with his 2 strikeouts of his own. Khalil's going to represent the 10th strikeout of the day. Wow. Hunter Floyd now is coming to the plate. Hunter's going to poke a ball out in the left field. MT Moody was playing him perfectly, shaded inside, and quickly in the top of the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 2 strikeouts and a fly out in the left field. Moving to the bottom of the 6th. Pirates up 11-3.
Dedication, compassion, and integrity. We've got the experience and expertise. When you need some help and you feel like there's nowhere to go, you can count on us for everything you need to know. The Seller's Law Firm, where clients become family.
Roofing, gutters, concrete, fencing, siding, and painting. That's just a sample of the services offered by Advanced Roofing and Interiors. Advanced Roofing and Interiors is also a Master Elite certified company. Only 2% of all roofing companies in the U.S. can say that. They also offer the best warranties in the business. 25 years on labor, 50-year manufacturer warranties. If you need work done around your home, office, or church, go with the best. Advanced Roofing and Interiors.
Welcome back into the Advanced Roofing and Interiors broadcast booth. My name is Michael Penn, and Chris Childress on the call, and we are at the bottom of the 6th. No, top of the 6th.
We are at the top of the 6th. No, we're at the bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th.
You threw me off,
right.
Penn. Come
See?
on, Penn.
I'm throwing myself off,
Come
Chris.
on, man. Well, that's probably not that hard.
It is
We
not.
are at the bottom of the 6th. Pirates are up 11-3. They've out-hit Rutland 10-5. There's 2 errors on the scoreboard for the Rutland Hurricanes. I've got 4 in my book. Pirates have pretty much owned it. They scored 2 in the top of the first. Or Rutland scored 2 in the top of the first. Pike answered by 3. Nobody did anything in the second. Rutland didn't do anything in the top of the third. Pike comes in the bottom of the third, scores 3. Rutland comes in top of the fourth, scores 1. Pike doesn't get anything in the bottom of the fourth. Rutland comes up on top of the fifth, doesn't get anything. Pike scores 5, gets to the top of the 6th. 1, 2, 3 inning, leading to the 10th strikeout of the game for Brody Adams. Now has us to the bottom of the 6th inning with Jarrett Morris coming to the plate. Jarrett Morris led off his first time. His first AB, he got hit by a pitch. Was hit pretty good. The second time up, he got a single, and he's hit it to a putout, 6-3 putout. So he is 1 for 3, or 1 for 2 on the day with a hit by pitch. Standing at the plate is the Pike's 5-hole hitter. 7-2 Braves over the Guardians. Is the first pitch from the tall righty, Kyle Howard. Comes high and inside, blowing Jarrett off the plate. I think right now we've seen basically a fastball that he just kind of, that the Kyle just flicks from the mound. We haven't really seen anything else from him thus far. He came in last inning, quickly took care and got 3 quick outs out of the Pirates in relief. He's come back out now and still throwing. This ball is off speed and just drops in over the plate for a strike. So now 1 ball, 1 strike on Jarrett Morris. Ball's up, a fastball. Actually, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, it was 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now it's 1 ball, 3 strikes. Jarrett Morris, it swings under a high fastball. Jarrett trots back to the dugout as Howard collects a strikeout. That would be the very first strikeout of the day for the Rutland team. Daniel Jones comes to the plate. Daniel reached on an E6. He got a sac bunt in the 3rd inning. Ball goes back to the blocks.
Now we're going to replace these blocks back here. a couple more lanes.
We have dented some baseballs today. And Daniel got a single in the 5th inning. Became one of the Pirates' 5 runs that they put up in the 5th. Daniel Jones is going to hit this ball. It's going to be a foul ball. It's going to find itself on the top of the batting cages just beyond the first base dugout of the Pike County Pirates. Daniel Jones fouls this ball back into the net. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Pirates' second baseman. The pitch. This ball is going to be low and away, and guess where it hit, Michael?
That was the softest one hit on the center block wall.
It just rolled up and kissed the block wall.
And that one might have broke it just because it's been hit so many times.
Yeah. Well, you know, let's be real about this. There's a block wall, but there's padding on the other side of the block. So the blocks are safe. It's all padding that it's hidden, and in between first and second base, the ball is going to find the right fielder on the ground as Daniel Jones collects his 2nd hit in as many innings. So Daniel's going to stand over at first. Gabe Bowden is going to come to the plate. Gabe is 2 for 3 today.
It's already dropped down to 60.
Yeah, the bottom is dropping out here at the jack. Pirates up 11-3, could end this game in this inning, as this ball is fired back up the middle of the field to the center fielder. Man, the ball just hits right at him, but man, that ball could not have been hit any harder by Gabe Bowden. Though Gabe Bowden might have made an interesting play earlier in the game, throwing the ball out the second, he has been hot at the plate. Now 3 for 4 on the day.
Just making up for it. The hitting.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, that's usually with catchers too. You rely on their defense and not so much their hitting. Gabe, he's really put the ball in play today for the Pirates. As this ball just lands into the strike zone, Lyric Scott flew out to first base in his first at bat. He had a single to left field in the second bat and a single bunt. So he's 2 for 3 on the day. He's going to see strike 2 go across the outside of the plate. 0-2 now, 1 out. For the Pirates, they have runners on first and second. Samaje did come in to courtesy run for Gabe Bowden. He's standing behind the first baseman who's playing on the grass. This ball is going to bounce at 59 feet and find the net just above the center blocks. It's going to advance both the runners. Samaje is going to wind up at second. Daniel Jones is going to end up at third. With Lyric looking at a 1-2 count with the winning run standing at second base with 1 away. Lyric's going to fight the ball off to the top of the batting cages on the first base side. Bottom of the 6th inning, Morgan County taking care of business with the Cavaliers, up 12-2 in the top of the 4th. Cavaliers are batting with runners on first and third. This ball is a 60-footer, but it bounces on top of the plate right into the mitt of the catcher.
Parrott just told 7 to stay and stand still because catcher was about to go to third.
That would have been
out.
it could have been interference. Yeah, it's hold tight. This ball's low and away. Lyric Scott steps back. So now it went from 0-2 to 3 balls, 2 strikes. He's worked the count back to a full count, so it's in his favor. Probably going to see a fastball from the tall righty. Samaje way off the bag. There's no attempt to even keep him close to second with him being the game-winning run as Lyric fouls one back, our 8-hole hitter. Now you would think, I mean, second baseman's got his hands on his knees out at second, and he's playing as far away from second as you can. So is the shortstop.
Yeah, he's playing with his hair.
Third and first are just kind of playing off of each bag.
Ooh.
Lyric is going to wear the ball off of his left elbow. So now the bases are loaded with Kobe Ivester coming to the plate.
Shortstop, number 16, Kobe Ivester.
So the bases are juiced. Plethora of Pirates on the bags. Lyric's on first. Samaje's on second. Daniel Jones is on third. Kobe Ivster's coming to the plate. He hit into a 6-3 put out in the second inning and walked. And walked in the 5th.
Just a deep single right here
should win it. So the corners have come in. The outfield is playing, or the middle infield is playing double play depth with one away. Outfield straight away and playing. Kobe Ivester catches a fastball strike, but the outfield's playing. They're not shallow. They're definitely not deep, but playing straight away. This ball is hit way out in the right center field. Right fielder comes up. He drops the ball. It hits the ground. And by dropping the ball and hitting the ground, Daniel Jones is going to score. All the runners were having to hold still because it was a playable ball. It's going to go down as an E9.
Number 3, M.T. Moody.
It's going to get Kobe to first base. It's going to score Daniel Jones from third base. It's going to move Samaje to third. It's going to move Lyric to second. So Samaje, winning run, standing 90 feet away from the plate with the top of the lineup. M.T. Moody coming to the right-hand batter's box. 12-3 Pike County. M.T. Moody looks at a ball inside. Pirates are hit 12 runs on 12 hits. Rutland 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. Everybody's crashing in for Rutland now. Everybody's on the grass. The outfield is playing in. Quite obvious the winning run is 90 feet away. M.T. Moody at a 2-0 count. It's now a 2-1 count.
Wow, that was about a minute after the call.
I think that was the home plate umpire not wanting a walk to win this thing and giving Rutland a fighting chance. This ball is going to come in and on a
foul ball.
And M.T. Moody check swung and was holding back. I mean, not really much of a swing, but just enough of a swing to get his hands out there. The ball hits off of his hands, but because he was making a swinging motion, it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 1 out. Bases loaded. MT, 2 balls, 2 strike. Ball comes up and in. It is now 3 balls, 2 strikes, and it is down to 1 pitch for these Rutland Hurricanes. Can MT Moody walk it off? MT hits the ball, and it laces just foul.
Man,
probably 20 feet past third base, but 5 feet left of the foul line as that ball just curved itself foul. Had it dropped, the Pirates have swept the series. The 3-2. And the Pirates are going to win this game on a hit by pitch as MT Moody takes it off the left shoulder. Samaje is going to touch the plate. So get 13-3 Pirates. We'll be right back with the wrap-up.
Top-rate electrical repair and installation can make all the difference in your home or business. That's why you need the best in the business. Enlightening Electric. They're available 24/7. Licensed, insured, and bonded, and provide the very best electrical services. See for yourself. Just one click to enlighteningelectric.com will show all the services they offer. Free estimates are also available. Experience and expertise. It's not just electric, it's Enlightening Electric.
Listen up, Braves fans. Braves Vision is your new TV home of the Atlanta Braves. And catching every pitch is easier than ever. Watch Braves Vision through your current cable or satellite provider, or stream games on Braves Vision with the Braves.TV subscription. That means streaming from anywhere on any device with no local blackouts. Check out all your options at Braves.com/watch. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
Welcome back, Pirate fans, to the Advanced Roofing and Interiors broadcast booth. My name is Michael Penn, and that's it for Game 2, Chris. Wasn't that what we wanted?
Well, let me tell you something. There's a couple things that are really cool that just happened.
All right.
The Pirates are now 14-13 on the season. They're above 500 on the season.
Okay.
That is fantastic. We get one more game won of the last 2 games of the season, and we can guarantee that we had a winning season, which is fantastic, given that this Pirates team has been one that's they're a third-place region team behind a tough Callaway, tough Morgan County, but they've got the grit. They've got great grit, and they've certainly clinched that third region spot, which we never got a chance to talk about the playoffs, but that'll give us something great to talk about when we get here for Monday and for Jordan's game.
Yep.
But what we saw today is we saw a lot of hits by the Pirates, a lot of timely hitting. We saw this game was 12 hits. Last game was 10 hits. So tremendous amount of hitting going on as we've got the Rutland team having to run laps and doing sprints out off the left field line after the game, as the Pirates are over in the right field side having a conversation with their coaches. But either way, the talk of the day, those that got on the mound and did the thing the most, like the players that were just really dominant. I waited to the end of Game 2 so that I could pass out the Childress and Justice Player of the Game, and it's going to be for 2 games, so 2 players, both pitchers, Jordan Camp and Brody Adams. Jordan Camp in game number 1 had 7 strikeouts after 5 innings, had 7 strikeouts, had 5 hits, a walk, and gave up 1 run in a stellar performance from the mound, only to be just absolutely equaled and matched, if not maybe beat, by Brody Adams, who got on the mound, a kid that was already been identified by Pratt Baseball from his stellar performance in the away game versus Morgan County. He's now come back in his second game in as many outings. He's come in this game 3 in this series, and he's closed it out, given 11 Ks, 5 hits, and 4 walks, and only given up 3 runs. Brody Adams pitched a gem, dominated on the mound, in and out of the plate, up and down. Camp dominated on the mound. The Childress and Justice Player of the Games for Game 1 and Game 2 has to be, and this will be a second-time recipient in Jordan Camp, and a first-time recipient in Brody Adams.
Perfect.
So pitchers are going to go down, the POGs, the C&J POGs here at the Jack. Guys, it has been an absolute blast. I have missed Greg Parrott. I have missed Chad Feltman. I haven't missed Michael Penn.
Exactly.
Actually, I have missed Michael Penn, and he was sitting right next to me. Michael Moody upstairs called a great game. We got to hear him through our mics, got to hear him in the lineup call at the beginning. We're going to have one more home game for the regular season. It will be Monday against Jordan. Ought to be a great game. Certainly appreciate everybody stuck in and listened. Greg Parrott, I know you're down there in Panama City listening to the game. Man, love you to death down there, big guy. Chad Feltman, you're over there, you're in Atlanta, and you're witnessing a beatdown by the Braves. A lot of winning going on because the Jack is going to sweep the series here tonight in Zebulon, Georgia. Michael Penn, I appreciate everything you've done.
Oh, thank you, Chris. I wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for you there,
Man,
sir.
can't get on air without you. I love giving back to the community. Let's give up it one more time for these Pike County Pirates here on this Friday night. Go Pirates.
Go Pirates.